Welcome back to the channel. So if you guys watched my previous video of me flying, thank you very much for watching that video. I found my microphones, so I'm using the microphones again today, so the audio quality should be better. No more yelling at the camera phone without the microphones on. So I like the flying content. I think I'm going to make a separate channel just for the flying content. I'm going to leave those flying content videos on here, but I'm also going to move them to the other channel, and any future flying content will be on my flying channel. I haven't decided on the name for it yet or anything, but I think that's what I'm going to do going in the future, because most of the stuff on this channel is DIY stuff for the Porsche or car related. So I want to keep it that way, and then I'll have a separate channel just for flying. But the reason we're here today is for the Porsche. I found an easy hack. I had seen this before, never applied it, and I just tried in a little corner, a little sample area, and I was very happy with the results in that small area. Now, when I go over the whole thing, we'll find out. What in the heck am I talking about? Well, if you saw the thumbnail, I'm talking about the cowl. Let's go look at the cowl. So how many of you have a cowl that looks like this? See how gray it is? It's not even black anymore, it's gray. This side is fine. The other side, the corner comes up. I don't want to go all the way to the other side because I want to show you something on the other side. But that is all from the sun. And I'll tell you, I can prove it's from the sun. Let me just pop the hood here. Hopefully the little doggies don't get in. No, don't get in the car. We're not going for a ride. They always want to go for a ride. Watch out, watch out. They always want to go for a ride. I think they like cars more than I do. So if I pop the front, you see inside here, see the color, and look at the top. See the difference in color, and you'll say, okay, that's probably just the lighting. So let's turn on the camera, and I'll prove it's not just the lighting. I meant turn on the light, not the flashlight, not the camera. So you can see at the top, it's one color, and as you come down, it's a different color. It's the same plastic. It's a continuing piece. See how dark this is? I know it's wet from the rain, but this is gray, and this is darker. This is all from the sun. We're going to fix that right now. Very easily. Whew, I got a light in my eye. Let me turn that light off. That's better. No light shining in my eye. We're going to fix that very easy, very cheaply, without replacing the cowl. If, this is kind of a 50-50 if I mess up the cowl, no harm, no foul, because the cowl needs to be replaced anyways. But if I don't mess up the cowl, then I just saved myself a bunch of money. So I'm going to show you what I bought to fix the cowl for 23 bucks. That's right, 23 bucks. I'm going to fix this cowl without replacing it. You're probably like, no way, no way. Way, dude, way. Actually, before I start fixing it, first thing we need to do is we need to remove the wipers, the wiper arms completely. So let me grab some tools. We'll remove the wiper arms, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it. Here's a hint. It's related to exhaust bolts. That's a hint. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. If you don't, you're going to find out soon. Let me get the wipers off. Those of you with a keen eye will know that I'm already missing a cap right here. That happened during this winter storm ice thing. Either it came off or popped out, or someone popped it off because they had intentions of stealing my wipers or something. I don't know. No big deal. I got a new one coming and new wipers coming. I tried these Rain-X wipers. I really was not impressed with them. The driver's side was good, but the passenger side just didn't come off. Doesn't wipe, and it's because of the curve of the windshield. After a few months, they seem to break in, and then they function correctly. But I think what the problem is the OEM wipers for the Porsche are curved. The passenger side one is curved and bent up intentionally from the factory, so that when it does completely touch the windscreen the entire way and cleans it. So that's what we ordered. We ordered replacement OEM wipers because I've tried a couple different ones and nothing seems to work as good as the OEM ones. So the arms will be the same. I'm not replacing the arms, just the wiper part. And if you're curious, this is a 13mm bolt. The torque is German standard, aka good and tight, if you don't know what that is. And that's it. You just pop your hood so you can get the bolt out. I guess you can pull these off from here. Let me lower the hood. think they'll come off easier if I lower the hood. Yeah. Oh, that one I could have did it with the hood open. This one you have to have the hood open to get it off. And it's in there. It'll come off because I've had these off before. They're just in there tight. And it's a spline holding these on, so oh, wow, that one doesn't want to come off. I'm going to try a plastic tool first before we try something more aggressive. If we break the plastic, we won't care. I don't want to put something harder on there yet. How did I do this before? I think I did it like this, and I think I just wiggled the arm back and forth and it popped. This is embarrassing. When you can't perform on command, that is so embarrassing. There we go. That's all it took. So I couldn't get off with the plastic. I couldn't get off with the plastic tool. I started to use something more aggressive, but I didn't want to break the windshield with that. So I grabbed the rubber mallet, just tap it a little bit. Be careful, don't hit the windshield. And it comes off. And I'll show you, let me zoom in here and I'll show you that you're not damaging this at all. So, pull this off the mount here. Trust me, I did not damage it because if you look in close, these are splined. They're just stuck on the spline, that's all. Nothing is damaged. Well, minus this little plastic piece right here, but that's no big deal. That's not a big deal because you can't see it anyways once the wiper's on there. And with this technique I'm about to use, it might fix that. So let's see what else we have to do. I think we'll do it with the hood open, with a light, and then we will close the hood and do any touch-ups. I think that's the safest thing to do. The other thing I need to be careful of, right under here is the gas tank. So I need to be careful with the gas tank. So before we go further, let's go get a fire extinguisher. Let's get a towel. Let's dry all this out. Get a fire extinguisher. Have it standing by just in case we need it. And if you're wondering why we need a fire extinguisher, I'm about to tell you right now what we're doing and how we're going to fix this. Some of you probably already figured it out, and the people who have not figured it out, you're about to find out in like 2 seconds. Just bear with me. All right, you guys ready to start some crap? Start some fires? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So we have our fire extinguisher on the ready, just in case. We have, see it's in the green, fully loaded fire extinguisher. Hopefully we don't need it. And how we're going to fix this is with this, a torch. I actually bought this torch so that we can heat up the bolts on the center muffler. That's what we're going to use to fix this. So one thing I didn't want to show you before, get my hand out of the way, is I already tried this. I already tried it on this side. And you can see the difference. It does work. See the spots? Those are the water spots. So I left the water spots on there on purpose to see, and then that area had no water on it, and this is how it turned out. So very cautiously, we're going to use this. This gets really hot really fast. This plastic is very thin. Full disclaimer right here, right now. This is...
Please do not do this. I am a complete buffoon and an idiot. I just wanted to do something dumb. Do not follow my example. I accept no responsibility for your actions.
For entertainment purposes, there's no guarantee of results. Everyone's outcome may be different. Please, please, please do not take a torch to your car. Let me do it. Let me be the idiot that does it. And I'll see if it works or it doesn't work. If you do it, you're on your own. I have nothing to... I'm not recommending this method. This is just me being cheap. By the way, I know you guys like my sexy headlamp. Even in the daylight, you should use a lamp. You can see more stuff. So I think we're going to start on the top first. Then we're going to pop the hood and do underneath. That's why I got the lamp on. And underneath, I did remove, let me show you what I removed. I removed the other plastics that we are not going to use for two reasons. Reason number one, we don't need to heat those up. And reason number two, and more important, I can see what's underneath. So I don't accidentally cook something underneath. Let's get to it and stop talking. All right, for this next part, I'm just gonna set up the camera and I'm gonna do it because I want to have full focus and full attention on what I'm doing and not on the camera. I don't want to be distracted at all in case I melt something or start a fire or something like that. So I'm going to just set the camera up, we're going to do it, and then we'll come back, and then we'll talk about it after I'm done. Alright, this is probably the best part. This is probably the angle you guys want to see the most. I did everything underneath. You just go over it, but you got to be careful because this can melt. And trust me, I could see it smoking a little bit. So we're going to be cautious here, but let me do this section here that you guys can see. You can still feel the heat from the other one. I'm going to do this center section here that you guys can see exactly how this works. So, see how this works? And if you hold the bottle down, there we go. And just keep moving it. Do not stay in one spot. If you stay in one spot, you're going to burn something up. So look at this side versus that side over there. And we're done. How long did that take? A few minutes. Does not look like I messed anything up. I didn't melt anything. Well, that's not true. I literally, what this does, so you understand what this is doing. What this is doing is it's burning off the oxidation and from the UV from the sun. It's also melting the plastic. It's melting the plastic. The plastic's keeping its shape, keeping its texture, design, but it's literally melting the surface of it. So don't touch it. You're going to totally mess it up and you'll burn your fingers. It'll take your skin off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop the hood. We're going to let that cool. I'm going to go get a snack, coffee, maybe a sandwich, maybe take the dogs out. Then we come back, we'll put the wiper arms back on, and we are done. And we spent $20 instead of however much this is. Let me look it up on FCP Euro because I don't remember. And I'm going to put the price right there. That's how much it is. Okay. Now, this is temporary. This is not a solution. This will turn gray again quickly, probably within this summer. So eventually I'm going to have to do it. But if you don't want to spend over $100-some on this part right now, and you just want to make it look pretty and the shine stuff doesn't work anymore, nothing works, torch it. I used a good amount of this propane. This is a 14-ounce bottle. This is my fix for now. Let's take a break and we'll come back with the wipers. All right, so the dogs have been out. They've all used the bathroom outside. The cowl has cooled down. And so we are reinstalling the wipers. And you can see I can touch the cowl now, completely dry. There's nothing on it. This is just how it turns. This is how they finish. When you're reinstalling these, saw how tough it was to get these off. right now they're sitting high and at an angle. Even if I bend the wiper arm and try to get it on there, it doesn't want to quite go. Doesn't want to sit right. So it's not sitting perfectly in the spline like it should. It's not a big deal. Get it as close to lined up as as it's supposed to be. You can put a little pressure here and then just start tightening your hardware down. Once you tighten, as you're tightening your hardware, you can wiggle this back and forth and it'll go down onto the spline. Be careful, obviously, like if you feel resistance, stop. You don't want to damage the spline, but the nut here will push this back down onto the spline like it's supposed to be. There is a torque for that. I don't remember off the top of my head what the torque is, but I'm going to look it up, and I'll put it here in this video. I'll put it right here at the bottom of the screen. Where's a good spot? I guess right here on the hood. Let's put it right here on the hood. This is what the torque is for these wipers, wiper arms. Okay? So, but for now, we're going to German standard this good and tight. And this nut should just go on there pretty relatively easily. If I can get on there. There we go. Okay, and that's back in its spline. I felt that one go in. It's hard to, you can't really describe it. You'll feel it. You'll know when it's in and when it's not. This one just went in. I can feel it. Yep, this one's already in the spline. I haven't even touched the nut. I just put a little pressure here and I felt it drop right into the spline like it should. And how do you know? Because I'm trying to move it and it doesn't move because it's on the spline. And this is hand tight. This is not even tightened up because you can't get a wrench in here without opening the hood. So let's open the hood and let's tighten that one. Hopefully you guys can see that. So hood closed, wipers are back on. How did the final result come out? Came out pretty good. This was the corner I was telling you. This corner is coming up. See how the corner comes up? So I'm going to have to replace this cowl anyways in the future. So I think it came out pretty decent. It looks way better than it did. Doesn't have that nasty faded super gray look. It's darker again. It looks lighter on the camera because of the lighting, but it is actually darker. It does not look all gray and faded anymore. So it looks like new almost. It's cool to the touch. There's nothing on it. There's no dressings on it. You can see the parts that I didn't get too well because I didn't want to burn my car to the ground. You know what? I have a before and after picture. So let me do the before. Let me put those side by side right now. Here's my before and after pictures. And we didn't have to use a fire extinguisher. That's always a bonus when you never have to use your fire extinguisher. It's sitting over there where I left it on the table. Super good thing that we didn't have to use a fire extinguisher. You guys didn't see on camera. There was a few times that I had a little flame. But actually the flame wasn't the plastic. The flame was moving the bottle around. The fuel would rush to one side of the bottle or the other and cause a little poof. And a big little flame would come out and scared the crap out of me the first time I did it. Thanks for watching my bougie cheap fixes. When you don't want to spend money or you can't spend money or you don't need to spend money. And we'll continue to try to do things like this. This is not normal stuff you would do on a Porsche 911. But, you know, sometimes you want to get creative and do different stuff. So, you know what I didn't think about? I could have also done that to the rear bumpers. The lower part of the rear bumpers that are that same kind of plastic, huh? No. We're not going to burn the car to the ground today. All right, catch you guys later.